For the best grooming products for you, Guests are natural and handcrafted too. We wanna help be your swagger, your style, class, and luxury. Make our products tailor-made for you with high quality. Yeah. So get in style with the Black, yeah. Grooming company. To give you swagger, style, class, and luxury. In luxury. Black, gentleman, black, yeah. Company, give you swagger, style, class, and luxury, in luxury, yeah.
Located at www.theblackgent.com.
Yo. What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to Nerds on Culture with Stormybman for this Monday, September 8th, 2025. This is number 133 in the series of Nerds as we come to you with another classic film from the 90s. a film that had its own little franchise, kicking off with the original title, Universal Soldier, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. And it was a breakout film. It had a little bit of that cyborg sci-fi element to it. And Dolph Lundgren was a counterpart in the film where he really gave us a different side of his acting and his characters that he brought to life on screen. So we're going to talk about that film and maybe its sequels a little bit this evening. I want to say welcome to everybody out there. Please smash the like button as you come into the building. And as I welcome my co-host to the show, we got Drew Titan in the building. What's happening with you, bro?
Mondays, we're gonna nerd out. Let's get it. This is a classic. Dare I say, there has to be a term for something in between. I don't want to call Universal Soldier a cult classic, but Van Damme had a good run.
Mm-hmm.
He was an action star, late 80s going into the 90s. He had a really good run. Although he gets on my nerves now, but that has nothing to do with this. You know, I don't know if you're familiar with what he said about Devin Haney after the Loma fight, but whatever.
Oh yeah, you know I know because we talked.
Yeah.
We talked.
That's when he lost me right there. I said, man, F him. But whatever.
That inshallah comment. And
inshallah,
all that.
yeah. I was like, yeah, okay. The muscles from Brussels. Shut up, dude. But that aside, he had a good run. So if I don't want to call, we can call Bloodsport a cult classic.
Yes.
Did we review that, by the way?
We did. I think we did. Yes, we did Bloodsport. Yes, we did. It was one of our earlier shows.
Okay. Van Damme, although.
Oh, and one we do got to do. Hey, you see my shirt?
Oh, Punisher. Hell yeah.
Yeah. The original one with the
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we got to get to that one. Let me write that down.
yeah. Write that down. Van Damme, I want to say his run, his body of work is cultish.
Mm-hmm.
He has a pretty decent body of work. Although Bloodsport was a cult classic, you know, his body of work is cultish. You know,
right.
Every action movie that he had, I can say from the late 80s into the 90s, I've seen them all in the theaters. I've seen them all.
Right.
I've seen them all. Universal Soldier, this was a pretty good film.
Yeah.
This was a pretty good film. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
They had that sci-fi element plus a little bit of action, and you know, it had a story. You know, it had a story, and there was enough on the page of the storytelling that allowed for Dolph Lundgren's character to kind of go off rails a little bit.
Yeah. This was good. You know, now I'm looking back. He had some over the top corny ass bangers, but I saw them all, and they got some corny ass replay value on a snowy day. You're like, let me throw on a Van Damme flick, you know, make yourself a sandwich and watch it, you know, because it was entertaining. You wasn't getting an Academy Award, you knew what you was getting, and Universal Soldier was one of those films where I got what I paid for. The storyline was good. It was nice. Hear me out, y'all. It was nice and corny, you know. It had a comic book feel to it, and I always like as far as storyline is concerned, and I always appreciated things like that. So Van Damme and the writers and everything, they and Dolph Lundgren, they did right by my entertainment itch that I get scratched every now and again. Like, you know, for example, years later, we partied when the Inspectables came out because of the cast. All of the 80s heroes was coming back. And I'm sure if Charles Bronson was alive, they'd threw his ass in there too. So, yeah.
Well, I want to say this about Universal Soldier. The German director Roland Emmerich was a huge contributor to this film's success. You know, he started off in Hollywood making films, and as I was reading through his bio, they said that his films, most of which are English language Hollywood productions, have made more than $3 billion worldwide.
Damn.
Including just over $1 billion in the United States, making him the 17th highest grossing Hollywood director of all time. And that's nothing to sneeze at when the man was, you know, from Stuttgart, West Germany. He did the film Noah's Ark Principle and Centropolis Entertainment. But then Universal Soldier in 1992 followed up by, check out these films: Stargate, 1994, Independence Day, 1996, Godzilla, 1998, The Patriot, 2000, The Day After Tomorrow, 2004,
oh shit,
10,000 BC, 2008, 2012, 2009.
That's all him?
Yep. White House Down, 2013, Stonewall, 2015, Independence Day Resurgence, 2016, Midway, 2019, and Moonfall, 2022.
He was a director or the writer?
The director.
All right, I got a question. Stargate had a spin-off TV series. Never watched one episode, but it was from the movie, correct?
Yes.
Would he get credit for that, or would that just be the writers and creators?
What, the spin-off?
Yeah.
That I don't know. You know, that would be in you know, his perks or whatever. But yeah, but that's a great run, isn't it?
My gosh, yeah. I saw all of those in the film, in the movies.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So when we think back on Universal Soldier being a pretty darn good film, that kind of lets you know why. Because you had a solid director, even though he was cutting his teeth early on when that film finally made it to production and release, but he followed it up with some real solid work. And again, dude, a solid director will make a difference, right?
Yes.
We know that, because then he can also put demands on the talent that, you know, that is in part of the production.
Yes.
And when you talk about Dolph Lundgren and Van Damme, you just said it yourself a moment ago that a lot of his films were like popcorn films, and he have a real good one here and there. And of course, Dolph Lundgren, you know, everybody really got turned on to him when he did, you know, Drago in the Rocky film. But remember, he was the original Punisher on the screen, and then he did He-Man, Masters of the Universe. Remember that? It's like Dolph Lundgren was out there, man. So it's like you have a director like this to rein these guys in and pull the most of what their talents and abilities had at that time, and you get a film like Universal Soldier.
Ain't that something? I didn't know his body of work. You know, I'm thinking about that now. I didn't know his body of work was that deep. I didn't know that was all him. Yeah.
That's amazing. I give him a lot of credit for what he did.
Man.
So, and also the film was during a time when the U.S. was still trying to show its military might in the world. So,
yeah.
So,
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. And so here you have a movie that is kind of like, again, it's semi-fictional. And I say semi because there are lots of things that, you know, the government does that we have no knowledge of or whatever. But this particular program that initiated what we see in this film, you have to say that, man, there's got to be some semblance of actuality, allegedly, in what they were doing with this, because you want to share your take on explaining it for those who never saw the movie.
Okay, if you've never seen this film, like I said, this was a popcorn film, and it wasn't over the top. Wait, first of all, let me say this. Skip the sequel. Don't start there. You're going to get a little annoyed. All right? Skip that. Bill Goldberg is in that. Bad. There is a third installment. I will say this. Watch this one and then go straight to the third film that was filmed years later. Andrei Arlovsky, the MMA, the UFC former champion, the Russian dude, he's in that one. Watch that one. Watch this first, and then watch, I think it's Universal Soldier. I forget the name of what they called it, but it's all in the same universe. But skip the second film. It's going to piss you off. This film, should I share the plot? Or
yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the plot.
The plot. What war were they in? Was it the Korean War or Vietnam? Or I forget.
Vietnam.
They were in Vietnam, and it's weird how
taking place in 1969.
Right. It's very weird how Van Damme with that accent always plays the American. That's wild. That's wild. When he was Guile in the Street Fighter movie, I said, Guile's American. How the hell? Whatever, man. But
they needed that. They needed that skin color, man.
They needed it. And at that time, America didn't have. Van Damme was popular at that time. He was very popular.
And Chuck was aging out.
Yeah, Chuck was aging out, correct. But Chuck did have those damn Braddock movies. Ooh.
Yeah, man. We're gonna have to probably talk about those too.
We got, man, Chuck needs his own show. We gotta, because he was running around. Those are in the theaters around the time Rambo and Commando was around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, shout out to Chuck Norris.
Do you know he's in his 80s now, bro?
Yeah, I follow him on the gram. I see everything. I follow him on the gram. Did you
Isn't
see the one on the gram?
We grew up watching these guys, and now they're like senior citizens now.
Man, did you see him curling the bar, and there was like 145 pounds on it?
Yeah.
It was obviously fake weights. His son says, "Hey, Dad, what you doing?" He said, "Yeah, just getting warmed up." He's like, "All right." I was like, come on, Chuck. Oh, did you see, sidebar, y'all? Did you see the old film where he was kicking the pads and the guy was holding the pads?
No, I don't. No, I think I saw it. What happened?
I got to find that clip, because guess who was holding the pads?
Who?
Van Damme.
Really? Okay.
A young Van Damme was holding the pad. Chuck was kicking the shit out those pads too. He almost looked like, you remember in Return of the Dragon, where Bruce kicked the dude and he was holding the pad, he went flying through the boxes.
Yeah.
It almost looked like that.
Yeah.
But it should be on his Instagram. But I remember I gotta find it because I saved it. But anyway, this film, these guys were in the Vietnam War, and Dolph Lundgren's character was he was head of the platoon. And he lost himself. He started going crazy. He was one of those guys that were just they were raiding villages and, raping women and setting people on fire. And there was one incident where Van Damme's character was like, look, we can't do this. And they got into a scrap, which resulted in them dying. And what happened was they took the bodies, and I guess they did some science to it. I don't recall everything verbatim, but they wake up, Stormy, it's like 20 years later or something like that, 20 years later, and they're like mindless zombies, and they're super soldiers. They're universal soldiers. But what happens is now they're on a mission, and who's on the team? Dolph Lundgren's character and Van Damme's character. I forget their names. But Dolph's character starts to do something that triggers a memory in Van Damme's mind. And he's like, wait a minute. And then he kind of like wakes up and looks at him and says, this is what this dude did in that village. So he breaks protocol. And that's how the movie starts, because he broke protocol, and Lundgren's character started to break protocol because he started relapsing.
Right.
So they were renegades, and Lundgren went on this tirade through the whole movie, and now Van Damme's trying to stop him, and now they're working around all these other soldiers that never woke up. And these guys are like human-style Terminators.
Hey, share with our audience, man, what was Dolph Lundgren's fetish?
Oh, in the
You know, remember in Dead Presidents?
Yeah.
When Bokeem Woodbine, when they was in Vietnam?
Yeah, he had that damn head in his bag. Well, Dolph's character had a thing with ears. He had a thing with ears.
This Mark made a necklace out of ears.
It was crazy. Sidebar, which is why when I was watching The Walking Dead and Daryl had an incident in the forest and he started killing walkers and collecting their ears, that I was like, man, that reminded me of a Universal Soldier. But yeah, he was deleting people and taking their ears and making a necklace out of it. This dude was wild, man. He was a wild man. But Dolph Lundgren could play a villain, can't he?
He sure can, man. That movie there, it like watching it on home video, you know, first time, it's like you have to rewind some of that stuff.
Holy crap. That was wild, man. That was wild. That guy was wild, man. But he played that character, man.
And he gets this look on his face sometimes when he's playing those kind of guys that they're a little bit off or something. He like, and he kind of have his mouth hanging open. He be looking at the side.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that dude is crazy.
Yep. He relapsed in the first Expendables.
Yep.
Gunner was his name, and he was a little crazy when he got off his pills. he relapsed. You know what I mean? But man, that he could play a villain, boy. He could play a villain. And he speaks perfect.
And I have to honestly say that in this film, the chemistry between he and Van Damme was pretty good because Van Damme's character was afraid of him.
Yeah.
He was. It was like, even though they were soldiers and everything, he could look at dude and just be like, are you okay? He's like, dude, you good? You know, but I enjoyed this movie, man. I really did. And I remember the trailer for it. Boy, I wish we could play stuff like that. But I remember the trailer for it, and I said, man, I got to go and check this out. But I didn't expect to see how it ended up playing out, though. It was pretty good. Pretty good film, man.
Man, this right amount of storyline, right amount of action. I tell you, the scene I was telling you this yesterday with the scene where the soldier was holding a grenade, and it's that big bodybuilding dude. Well, he's not a bodybuilder. He was in this film. The guy that played Conan in the TV series.
Uh-huh.
Forget his name, but he was a big old diesel dude. He was the guy he said, hold the grenade and don't let it go. And the doctor put the grenade in his hand. He said, start counting. And he held the grenade, but now the doctor's hand is caught. And how he couldn't get out. The grenade blew the doctor up. Man, that was funny as hell. Matlock is a woman now? What? I'm sorry. I'm looking at... They made Matlock a woman? Y'all? Y'all remember Matlock? Yeah,
that was Buddy Epson, wasn't not Buddy Epson.
I just saw an advertisement. Now it's a woman? Did they redo the story, or is that like his relative or something?
Well, I guess they ought to bring back Murder, She Wrote. and
Oh,
making
she's
Murder
his daughter.
Hero.
She's his daughter. Oh, shout out to Woke. You just can't leave Ish alone, bro. Shout out to Marvel for. Yeah, y'all already know where I'm going. They made this dope ass character, made her a woman, and then the Thunderbolts blew her face off, and that was the last you heard of her. Thank you. Damn. Anyway, how the hell is Matlock a woman now? All right, whatever, man. Whatever. Indiana Jones lost money. I'm just saying.
Now, this film released in 1992, July 10th, 1992.
That was a good year.
Yes, it was.
Good year, yeah.
It had a budget of $23 million, but raked in a box office total of $120 million. So it kind of did. That's why we got those sequels.
Yeah. Goofed them up though, but whatever. But the man, 92 was a good year. That was a year before I graduated. That was the summer. Year before I graduated. The Bulls was wrecking shit in the NBA. I was doing a lot. I was doing a lot that summer. I had a ball that summer. Coach Hudson says in 92 he was 2. Holy cow.
Man, Hammer was all the rave.
Yeah, Hammer. Oh man, he had commercials. Stormy, we need to do every month. We need to do a year in review. We need to do that.
A show that we need to talk about, In Living Color.
Bro, oh man, I just thought about that the other day.
Dude.
Bro.
In Living Color was one of the best TV shows, sitcoms. What was it, like a variety show or whatever?
Yeah, it was slapstick comedy with an
and
all-star
everybody
cast
on there. All of the talent on that show, they were tremendous at like imitating real people. You know, it was like
that show lost Jim Carrey.
Listen, I just saw on my news feed for shorts, YouTube shorts, like day before yesterday, I think it was. It might have even been yesterday. Tommy Davidson, when he was doing MC Hammer, remember? And he was like dancing and stuff. You can't touch this. And and he got caught up in his pants. Remember, his pants was like real bad.
He was like, uh-oh. Bro. Listen, man. That's up there. That's up. You know what's right up there with that, though? That's funny. Do you remember Damon Wayans when he did Richard Pryor, Scared for No Reason?
Yeah.
Bro, listen. I laughed literally all night long. I laughed literally all night long. Richard Pryor, Scared for No Reason. It's on YouTube, y'all. We can't play it here.
Yeah.
But damn it, when he did Richard Pryor, Scared for No Reason, I had tears coming down my face. I couldn't take it. It was the funniest goddamn thing I ever seen.
Dude,
at that
Kim
time.
Wayans, she was hilarious on the show too. The sister, Kim Wayans, she was great, man.
Man, all right, you know what? We got to give In Living Color its own show. All right.
Yeah, we got to. I wrote it down. I put it down in the log.
We need to do the years in review because that's very important. Because those 90s, those are my high school years. So I remember things very specific. And in the 90s, they had a really good run of black programs. And they weren't bullshit programs. They had a really good run. I think from like 92 to like 94. Like a good 2 years. Really, 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 really good run. They had a really good run. But we need to do in living color, and we need to do a year in review. And in the theaters, we had shit like this, Universal Soldier.
Right.
Real good, man. That was real good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
I put it down. I actually put an asterisk by it, so we'll make the years in review. We'll do some shows like that.
Yeah.
So
the 90s, early 90s, y'all. The Buffalo Bills kept going to the Super Bowl, didn't they?
Man, they went to like 4 straight, bro.
In a
Who does
row?
that?
Dude, that was
And the Broncos went like 3, didn't they? They went 3 in a row.
Did they? I know. I remember exactly where I
3,
was.
Then they weren't there for a season or 2. Then when they finally went back, that's when Elway won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember exactly where I was when he missed the Bills missed that field goal. I remember that. That was crazy.
And the Bills, them losing those Super Bowls were really ironic because they were the best teams every year.
Yeah. I don't know how.
What's his name? Thurman
Thomas.
Thurman Thomas.
Running back.
Them guys and what's his name? The quarterback.
I forgot his name.
Jim Kelly.
Yeah. They had a rough way to go, man. They'll kick your ass all season long, get to the major game, and literally fumble the ball. Coach Hudson says, which show was better, Martin or Jamie Foxx? Martin's first 2 seasons was good. Jamie Foxx was solid. Martin got on my nerves after the second season. It was way over the top. Got too clowny. But Def Jam comedy was real strong in the 90s. Oh man, we're gonna cook on all that. 92 was a really good year for me. That summer, oh Lord. There's things that happened that summer. Patreon. Gotta go to Patreon.
New Jack City. The
Dude.
New Jack thing.
Dude. New Jack City. The movie. It is not often you get a solid film with a solid soundtrack. 2 movies I think of. New Jack City in the soundtrack and Boomerang. And the soundtrack.
Yeah. I knew you was gonna say Boomerang. Yep.
Man, I got the I had the cassette tapes, and then look, we old, y'all. CDs was still like new technology. I got the CDs in my closet. And that Dreaming by Christopher Williams, that son of a B. I told you the Christopher Williams Stormy, right?
Yeah, and that Color Me Bad with
Color Me Bad, yep.
X You Up, yep.
Yep, that's 92 was a great ass year. That summer, bro.
And that's also when our boys Levert.
Yeah.
Feeling it back then, bro. All 3 of them heavy brothers.
And shout out to Gerald Levert, man. Goodness. Oh man, 92. Anyway, you see how we could just run off and talk about anything?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So who hasn't seen Universal Soldier? This I would say this is a popcorn movie. Here's what I'm gonna want y'all to do. Y'all ain't got to do it now. The weather's still pretty good. Wait till it gets hella cold outside and you got a day off. Find this film and just watch it. Get your favorite dish, your favorite drink, and just watch that film. It's a solid, non-Academy Award winning, ridiculous, over-the-top action film. I'm not even gonna say over the top. It's sci-fi. You will get your fix. You will get your fix of action and science fiction that doesn't make sense. And of course, the thing with them, their thing was they would overheat and they would need to cool down.
Yeah, they had to pack them in ice.
They had to pack them in ice, right? And another thing was, my scene was somehow he connects with the woman. I forgot how he connected with that woman. She takes him to the diner. Now, this is the scene that didn't make any sense to me, but whatever. For some reason, they can't stop eating. So whatever dish was popular in that diner, Van Damme ordered like 7 of them. He kept eating and eating. So then the cook back there was like, yo, I done made like 20 of these plates. Who the fuck is eating this? And they're like, yo, he is. So dude come out there pissed off and starts beefing. And Van Damme says, I just want to eat. And he starts fighting the whole damn diner. It was so ridiculous, but it was funny as hell.
Yeah.
You know, when this came out, I was dating a chick that worked at the movie theater. And I got in here for free to see this movie. I saw a lot of those movies for free. That's what I'm saying. That year, my girl at the time, she worked at the theater. And I used to come on down with my friends, and sometimes she'd be like, yo, just go in. Or she would tell her other girlfriend to open up the exit door, and we all run inside. It'd be like 7 of us. Teenagers, whatever. My gosh, man. But we came in and I saw this. And I was hooked. But Van Damme, oh my God, who he gonna kick in this movie? Oh, he's kicking Drago. Ran to the theaters to see this, man. But in this film, the fight scenes. Who choreographed the fight scenes? Because it must have been kind of difficult directing Van Damme. But you know, not difficult, but we were still in this infancy as far as the American audience wasn't quite introduced to the John Woo style of directing. We only saw it on Asian films. We didn't adapt that style over here for another couple of years, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, what was the movie that Van Damme did later on? His career was kind of like this movie was what was the movie? It wasn't even filmed. Was it in China? He filmed this film, and he was like doing some amazing shit in this movie. And I'm like, oh, okay, now he got the Jackie Chan director or whatever the hell. Like he was like running on the side of a damn bus. He was climbing walls. I said, okay.
That Hard Target.
Hard Target. That's what it was.
Yeah, because I think that was John Woo.
It was John Woo?
I think so.
Okay.
No, if it wasn't John Woo, it was the other Chinese director. Hold on.
There was a couple of those guys.
I'm gonna pull him up.
Young DJ said Knockoff. Was it Knockoff? It might have been Knockoff. That might have been Knockoff, right? Let me see. Let me see it. I think it was Knockoff. Knockoff. Yeah. That came out in 98. Yup, it was Knockoff. You're right. The whole movie's on YouTube. Yup. Leela Rashon is in that film. Man, I had a crush on her. I sure did. She was in Boomerang with the hammer toes.
I remember her. She started off in them Spud McKenzie commercials with the little dog.
Yep. That's crazy. He said she had hammer time, man. Lord, that was funny.
And that's another film that had it was a great cast and great, chemistry with everybody that was in there. That one, Boomerang, Harlem Nights, Eddie Murphy had a tremendous run back then too,
Yes.
and there were a lot of people enjoying his films, but the film critics were dogging him because it was black comedies, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they wanted him to go back to being that goofy laughing character that he was in what was it
Distinguished Gentleman.
no the first one he did with Nick Nolte. What's his
48 Hours.
48 Hours. They wanted him to go back to being that guy.
48 Hours was a good film. He was just comic relief, but it had its serious moments. But interesting, Boomerang came out, all-star cast, great film, great storyline. It wasn't pointless comedy. He wasn't just walking around here. He wasn't doing that. All right. When Distinguished Gentleman came out, that was more the jokey, token Negro kind of film. And I remember Siskel and Ebert giving it a 2 thumbs up and saying Eddie Murphy's back. I'm like, oh, Lord, man, stop it. Stop it, man. I can't stand that. Good Lord.
Yeah. But yeah, Van Damme, he had a lot of films, man.
That man was working. That man Van Damme was working, boy. He was working. I think I'm a watch knockoff.
What do you think when you talk about the films that he's done? What do you think is his best movie?
Van Damme's best movie
Yeah.
overall?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go with Bloodsport because that's too easy of a pick. You want to talk about overall what he did, like in the film, like acting, action, his best work? What was the name of the movie where he played the hitman? And I think he was a hitman and his daughter got kidnapped. What was the name of that film? Young Deezy probably know. He was it wasn't super popular either. But I think he was a hitman or something. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And they kidnapped his daughter. And he in the game or out the game, but he was still connected. And he was trying to get his daughter back from another mob syndicate or whatever. Because he was like really acting in that. Like, you know, it wasn't about the spin kits and splits. Let me see if I can find the name of that film. I might know it by I might know it if I see the title. He did a lot of damn films, Stormy.
He did. That's why I'm actually looking over his filmography right now. And it's like, dang, this guy was in a lot of movies, man.
Let me see. You on Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Okay, let me look up filmography. Okay. Damn, he's been working since 79, brother. I didn't even know that. Bro, he was in Breaking. He was a spectator. So he knows Vin Diesel because Vin Diesel was in Beat Street, y'all. Y'all ain't know that, did y'all? He had hair. Vin Diesel was in Beat Street. He was actually breakdancing. Let me see. Let's go to the 90s.
And he did a film called Monaco Forever. And they got him when they say what role he played. It says gay karate man.
What?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
There it is right there. Oh. You gotta be kidding me.
That's his best role right there.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Oh man.
Okay, it wasn't
That's
Inferno.
crazy.
That's bad. It wasn't
But
Inferno.
look how they described his role. Okay. Gay karate man. It's like, okay, that's it, man. He didn't even have a name.
Nope. That's crazy. It wasn't The Order. It wasn't Double Team. I like Double Team with Dennis Rodman. I saw that in the movies too. I like that. That was a pretty solid film. It wasn't Knockoff. It wasn't The Legionnaire. It wasn't. Wait a minute. No. It wasn't Universal Soldier: The Return. It wasn't Inferno. Replicant: The Order. Derailed. No. No, wasn't In Hell. My God, Narco. Definitely wasn't that. I don't think it was done in the 2000s. I think it was done in he played himself in JCVD. I saw that. That was crazy. 2009, Universal Soldier: Regeneration. That's the one to watch. I can't find that film, Stormy.
Young Deezy said it's called 6 Bullets.
The movie I'm talking about?
Yeah.
6 Bullets. Let me see. What year it came out?
2012.
Oh, 6 Bullets?
2012.
Okay.
It was direct to video though.
That's it. That is it. 6 Bullets. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. His daughter got kidnapped.
Yeah, Young Deezy be on it, right?
He on it.
We gotta call him our fact check guy, cause he.
Darren, this was 2000.
Be on it, bro.
Now he's in fight, but alone he's unprepared to navigate the corrupt streets of foreign city to find his kidnapped daughter. Together. Wait a minute, is this the film? Is it Deezy? Is this the film where they kidnapped the guy and the soft-spoken, chubby dude that was the bodyguard of the other boss? They kidnapped the dude and they took the drill and started drilling him in the kneecap. And all of a sudden, the soft-spoken, high-voiced guy, he got bass in his voice. He was the muscle. Come to find out, and he spoke. They didn't speak English. They spoke whatever they talk in Brussels, whatever language that is. Man, he turns out he was Storm. You got to see this guy. He was a short, pudgy dude with a wife beat on. And he kind of spoke like this, but he spoke in another language with bifocals. And when it was time to get down, they kidnapped the dude. They were working him over, pause. And all of a sudden, he had bass in his voice. And he was torturing this dude. I was like, oh, shoot, look at him. It's crazy. My gosh. They drilled his kneecaps with a power drill. It was crazy. I said, oh, man. No wonder he was hanging around those dudes. Those are his people.
That sounds like something straight out of that movie Hostel. Remember
Yeah.
they was doing torturing people in that movie?
God.
I couldn't hardly catch that, bro.
Didn't it feel like there was a brief era in the 2010s where those gory slasher films like Hostel and Saw, they became kind of popular in like a 3 or 4 period.
Crazy stuff.
Yo, people were fainting when they saw the movie, the first one. Saw. They were fainting in the theaters. When he finally had to hack off his leg, it was like people passing out. My mother told me back in the day, Stormy, you remember the big deal with that movie, Scanners?
Yeah.
Really? Yo, my mom said her and her friends went to go see the damn movie, right? And somebody's head blew up. one dude started vomiting, and the other lady passed out and fell out her seat. I was like, what the hell? Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, stuff like that used to happen, man, in these films, you know, in the theaters when people would go see that stuff. You know.
Scanners was crazy.
I remember people when The Exorcist came out.
Yeah, bro.
Because, you know, that came out the same year Into the Dragon came out. In fact, The Exorcist was Warner Brothers' most popular film that year, I believe. The film that came in second or third was either Clint Eastwood's Dirty Harry and then Bruce Lee's Into the Dragon. But The Exorcist had audiences like on like crazy mode. Yeah. People got up running out the theater, throwing up, all of this stuff.
Salute, General.
When Carrie Fisher was sitting on that bed and her head did that 360.
Yeah, bro, that was bad.
Oh, people screamed, man. They were running up out of there when she threw up, and she threw up that green stuff. Oh, man.
I mean, we're so desensitized now. But I remember by the time I was able to watch it with like a critical eye, it was like maybe 82. I was like 7. And that scared the shit out of me, bro. That was wild, man. That you know what's on YouTube, Stormy? The reactions of the film, people leaving the theater.
Oh,
that's
really?
on YouTube. It's on YouTube. People walking out.
Back then?
After the film. Because it's the news. Like the news went to theaters to see what the reaction was.
Yeah.
So they're standing outside. Some of the people left before the goddamn movie was over.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. People were running out of there. Because there had never been anything like that on film because it was satanic.
Yep.
When that lady told those priests her daughter was upstairs and she was scared to go up there or whatever, and they went in there and they opened up that room and it was cold in there.
Yeah.
And the girl was breathing and you could see her breath coming out. And she was breathing like this, man.
Yep. Yep.
Man.
Yeah, that was not good. That was not good. That was back when I couldn't see a scary film without an adult in the room with me. Man, man, please. Yeah, y'all gotta understand it was the 80s for me, man. You know, but nothing was worse than The Exorcist and all of those gore. Stormy, do you remember a goddamn B movie called Gates of Hell?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Bro, I can't, bro. I can't. I can't. That movie, yo, I really can't watch that today. It fucked me up. I can't watch that film. That was, come on, man. That was gory for no reason. Yo, B movies were the worst, man. Gates of Hell was a B movie. It might be on YouTube now. But you know what? I promise you, there's things on there that they can't. Oh, you know what I didn't like? Sleepaway Camp, the very end.
Dude, those co-ed movies and stuff like that, man, they always got it too. It's like you can't help it, but it's like
no, yo, DZ, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it, DZ. No. Yo, listen, here's what y'all do. Go to YouTube and put in Sleepaway Camp reactions, because these kids were born in the 90s and shit, and they don't know about that film. Yo, bro, That is the worst, bro. That Transformer shit was going on back then on a different level. That was, yo, and the ending is so ridiculous.
I got the ultimate Transformer movie for you.
I think I know what you're going
And
to say.
it's a damn Academy Award winning film and everything.
Forrest Whitaker?
The Crying Game. Man, it's the perfect title too, ain't it?
Yo, wait a minute.
When I saw that movie, man, I was like,
Yo.
I need therapy.
Yo, wait a minute. I'm going to tell you how I saw that film. Back then, y'all, you had to rent movies, right? We had a cable service where we lived where they had pay-per-view. It was a little pay-per-view, and you rented the film, and they gave it to you for a week, right? You had to, we didn't have the press button shit. We had to call the company. So my mother said, oh, yeah, that's that Crying Game movie. I want to watch it. So I'll never forget this, man. My mom had just bought a big-ass TV, right? The ones that sit on the living room floor.
Yeah, the floor
She had a big-ass TV. So me and my boys were playing video games on it. She said, I'm about to watch this movie, shut up, right? So, you know, we went back to my room, and, you know, we was playing video games on the smaller TV. So my boys was about to leave. So then we go like to the living room, to the front door. My mother's watching the film, and I see this look on her face like, what is this film about? Forrest Whitaker's character tells this white dude, yo, go check on my girlfriend or whatever. The white dude ends up seeing his girlfriend because Forrest Whitaker was some sort of criminal, and he got killed. Got hit by a truck.
He was in the IRA.
Right. He got killed. So now, dude goes to take
Black Irishman.
He was a black Irishman.
Yeah.
So then, here's the funny part. This is the most foul thing we have ever seen. So now we just standing in the foyer watching the film. Like, and my mother's like, well, what is he? So now it's like a lovemaking scene. Because now dude is like, all right, I'm about to crush his girlfriend. Her boyfriend's dead or whatever. And she's a light-skinned black chick, right? So then he's kissing on her. The shirt comes off. And she got like A-cup boobs. Whatever. He's kissing on her. And then he goes down to kiss the belly button. And when he goes down, they put the camera down. You see a whole dick there. Yo! Me and two of my boys, we were like, oh! And my mother jumped up. She's like, what the fuck's going on? Yo, we went running through the house like, oh! Wait a minute. But the fucked up thing was, they go to a shot of Forrest Whitaker walking in slow motion towards the screen laughing. I was like, no way. I didn't hear nothing else. You heard the character says, I thought you knew. I was like, oh, nah. My boys ran out the crib. They was like, nah. My mother was looking for the remote. She's like, I didn't know what the fuck this was. That's why they ain't say what it was at the job. She turned that shit off. I went in the room. I told my brother, I said, yo, this whole fucking thing. That shit was mad funny, man.
But the effect was the way it was because of Forrest acting.
Yeah.
Because he loved that person.
Yeah.
He loved it. And he was like, his whole thing was like, take care of my girl, you know.
Yep.
It's like, man, when it got down to that scene, bro, I was like,
wait a minute. Wait, Stormy. I bet these cats don't know. Like Coach Hunter said, that looked like a horror. He said that sounded like a horror film to me. Wait a minute. It was. Wait a minute.
It was,
Yo,
man.
Hold on. Joe, what up? Listen. Do y'all understand now? Because y'all never really like knew about that. Y'all remember the first Ace Ventura Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Y'all remember when he figured out that dude was really a man? And he stripped down and jumped in the shower? And they started playing that Boy George song, the Culture Club song, The Crying Game. Do y'all understand that now? That's where it came from.
More of the crying game.
The Crying Game. And he jumped in the shower. Yo, I saw that in the movies too. I was done. You have to understand why that was funny. That was funny because of that movie. He said, he's a man. And he was like, oh my God. And he hopped into the shower. He was like, oh man. And they played The Crying Game. Culture Club, y'all. Boy George used to dress up like a chick. Wait, hold on. Where's my goddamn? Wait. Miguel! Yes.
Man.
Oh, man. That movie was wrong, bro. Because I did not expect. What year was that, Stormy? Like 90. Damn, was that 92?
That might have been. Hold on. Let's double check. Let's double check. Let's double check, bro.
It might have been. I was like 91, 92. Had to have been. That had to have been.
92.
It was 92.
Crying Game was 92, bro. Oh my goodness, bro.
Oh my God. I remember that, man. I remember that because I didn't know what that movie was about. And I remember I go to the kitchen and my mother's sitting in the living room, just her face looked just like this. She was like, what is this about? Okay, yeah, you know, he's in prison now. And when he died in that film, it was violent. He got hit by a truck and got ran over. So now he dead, and dude was watching over this girl, and she becomes a love interest. And he was about to crush her shit. And then he went down, like kissing on her stomach, and they put the camera down. Oh my God. Yo, we was like, oh! Oh my God. Oh, the damn Crying Game. Now y'all know when y'all see that movie to avoid it. But after that scene, they showed slow motion Forrest Whitaker walking towards the camera smiling. I was like, yo, he was a bhakti man. Oh my God, that was bad. That was bad. So now y'all know what the Pet Detective joke was about. It was about that film. Oh my God, man, how the hell we start talking about that? We supposed to be talking about Van Damme and Dolph freaking Lundgren. Damn. Oh man, that's funny, man.
I just thought of, because I mentioned the IRA.
Mm-hmm.
There is a film, bro. I want to ask you first, have you seen it? And this was from '94.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Bridges, Tommy Lee Jones, Blown Away.
Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Is it about? No, I'm thinking of something else. Is it about a sleeper cell in America?
Yep.
Does it start with a kid walking and he's missing an arm? Is that the movie?
This movie, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I want us to do a show on this film. Not only is this some of the best freaking acting by both of these men, Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones, but it was around that time when that big thing was going on with the IRA. And these men are Irishmen, but they're in Boston. and definitely a sleeper cell type scenario and everything. Boy, this movie is awesome. And there's a twist toward the end of the film. It's one of the most amazing situations, bro. If you haven't seen this film, Drew, check it out.
I'm trying to remember if this the same movie I'm thinking of. How did it begin? I'm
not going to really go into that because the film is that damn good.
Okay, because if it's the film I'm thinking of,
Forrest Whitaker is in there too.
Is this the film I'm thinking of? Because was Jeff Bridges a college professor or something in the film?
Yep.
That's the film. Yo, that film is messed up.
Dude, that movie is great. It's one of my favorite films on DVD. When I first started collecting DVDs, I was like, whoa, that movie is amazing. Blown away. That movie is amazing.
Bro.
In fact, now that I brought it up and it's come to me, I'm going to have to sit down and watch it again because I haven't watched it in years. And, you know.
That movie's kind of scary too, like when you think about it.
Oh, yeah, because that was before, you know, all this other stuff jumped off.
Since this real stuff in the country started happening, some of that shit, like the Boston marathon bombing, those two guys that did it up there.
Yeah.
That made me think of that film. I forgot Tommy Lee Jones was in that damn film. And that film is, we got to talk about that. That movie's messed up, man. That movie is messed up. Oh my gosh. Now I'm thinking about it, Stormy. Yeah, that movie's messed up. I ain't watched that film in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I got to find it. Man, that movie's messed up. The goddamn crying game. But if
also,
you know what?
Soundtrack to it as well.
Did we do a show on surprise endings in films?
No.
We should do that. And I wouldn't call the crying game an ending because that happened like before the movie was over. But Sleepaway Camp, that was bad. And let me tell y'all something. If y'all want to lose sleep, the ending is on YouTube. You'll see what I'm talking about. The ending is on YouTube. And look at the reactions and look at the actual end. Yo, you know what? You know the girl that played that part? I follow her on Instagram. She does appearances. She looks good. She hasn't aged. You know, she goes to these horror fests and stuff. Crazy stuff, man. Look at Young DZ, The Mist. That was, oh my God, that was bad. The Mist was, oh, that was awful. If he'd have just waited 5 more minutes. Oh, shit. Yo, in the movie, he was like, no. Yo, I was like, oh, man. Yo, when that movie ended, people left the theater in silence. Like, oh, come on. How the fuck? Bad.
I'll tell you another movie when people left the theater, they was in silence. Avengers Infinity War.
Yo, when that movie ended, there was no music. All you heard was the wind blowing. And the credits started rolling. People was like, yo, that's it? Yeah, that's it. People walking around, looking around. They sat there and waited for the end credits like another scene. Nothing happened. It was over. Man. Yeah, The Mist had a fucked up ending. That was messed up. Yeah, we're going to have fun that show. Damn, we didn't even... Does anybody even remember Universal Soldier, y'all? It's a good film, man. Universal Soldier.
It is.
Watch Universal Soldier, right? I don't recommend the sequel. It's bad. Go straight to the one they made in 2008, I think. Go to that one. So Universal Soldier in the third, I think it's called, what is it? Universal Soldier, what is it? Remix? What the hell is it called?
Universal, it's called Resurgence or something.
Day of Reckoning. Universal Soldier Day of Reckoning. And it was in 2012. And oh shit, Dolph Lundgren is in this one too. Yup. Dolph Lundgren's in it. Andrei Arlovsky, actor. And man, is his nose crooked. Oh shoot. Wait, hold on, Stormy. You gotta see this. Look at this guy's, look at his nose. Oh shit. Damn. You think he's a fighter? Two-time, what is he? A two-time?
I don't know if he's a fighter, but he been in a fight. I can tell you that.
He's a two-time UFC champion. He's been punched in his face a billion times, man. But god damn,
it only takes one to do that, though.
Yeah, there's no fake. Damn. Wait a minute, is that Photoshop?
Nah, you know, Oslei's Iglesias' nose is like that too.
He got to get that fixed. Oh, no. As soon as you retire, you fix that, man. As soon as you retire, you got to fix that. Oh my god! But he was good. Andrei Arlovsky was really good. He was really good. He had hands. He's Russian. He had hands and feet. He had hands and feet and submissions and all that. But he fought he fought the last emperor. And
dude, what was it about 1992 though? What is up with that?
1992 was a hell of a year, man. I remember that summer specifically. I had fun that year, man. And 93 wasn't so bad either. 93, you know what came out in the theaters? Bruce Lee. With Jason Scott Lee.
Yeah.
And I went to go see that. My shorty at the time got me into the movie theater. And when I came home, the Knicks went up 2 games on the Bulls. And I remember I went outside because I went to the movies. When I came home, the game was over. And the Knicks had home court advantage, Stormy. And I remember everyone got hyped. And we all went outside to play ball. Yo, we got them this year. We got them. And I said, yo, listen. And these are my same friends that told me Evander Holyfield would never beat Mike Tyson. I said, listen, it's the Knicks. There is no lead that this team can't fuck up. Up 2 games, got to go to Chicago and just get 1 for me to be kind of like, okay, this is a series. Stormy, these motherfuckers lost 4 games in a row. That was the year of the Charles Smith Memorial game. That was John Stark's breakout year. And those same group of friends that I told about Evander Holyfield was just sitting down like, I was like, told you, don't get mad at me. I told you. I knew this was going to happen.
What year was the famous Indiana Pacers Reggie Miller? Dude, that's the one that in my mind, I'm like.
No, that wasn't 95. That was 96. Because
Reggie, how many points did he score in so many seconds?
He scored like 17 points in like 10 seconds. It was something stupid.
It was ridiculous, bro.
This is me watching it at home like this. I was like, here, there we go. Yep. See, I was unmoved. I know this team. I was like, man, look. Oh. I said, oh, here we go.
And
Oh, look.
Reggie
I said, here we go. See,
he ran over there to Spike Lee and was like,
he was like, crazy stuff, man. I think that was 96 because Houston won 2 in a row, 94, 95. I think that was 90. Wait a minute. Was it 94? Did the Pacers win that series? I don't know if they won that series, though. They might have won that game. I don't know if they. I have to research it. But I remember watching that. I don't know if that was the year they went to the finals. No, that definitely wasn't the year they went to the finals in 2000. Oh my gosh. He said Dragon was in 92. You sure? You might be right. But I remember I saw it in the theaters when I came home. The Bulls were down 2-0. And that was the year of the dunk by John Starks. That was in game 2. That was in game 2. And Mike lost his ass.
With Dragon, that third act, because they did something in the film that was kind of it was kind of creepy because of what happened in real life. But I found, just like when I told you about, remember we were talking about Christopher Nolan's Batman, The Dark Knight Rises, how it ended. And I was saying how they could have connected it to Man of Steel.
Yes.
Remember that? So with Dragon, I had an idea too, because in the end of the movie, he was filming Into the Dragon.
Uh-huh.
But in real life, he was actually filming Game of Death before Into the Dragon.
Yes.
The producers came over to Hong Kong and, they talked to him and everything. I'll make this real quick. I felt like, okay, when he was filming Into the Dragon and then the studio started shaking and everything and he fell over and he woke up. When he woke up, it would have been perfect in that moment when he woke up. Because remember, he woke up and he was like in a cemetery or something, right?
Right.
And it was raining. His son, Brandon, was calling for him. Dad, remember?
Yeah.
If he would have woke up and he would have been outside the pagoda and he would have had a yellow tracksuit on.
Yellow track, yes.
And his son would be calling him from inside the pagoda. And instead of it being a raining storm, he has to go up inside the pagoda and he's facing that warrior and he does it a couple times. The warrior beats him, he comes back and he goes up to the next level. The warrior's still there. But when he gets to that, like say he goes through it like two to three times. When he gets to that final one and his son is standing there and the warrior got his son standing there with the tombstone like he had out in the cemetery in the rain. But now, of course, Bruce got to save his son, of course. And he fights the demon or whatever right there, but they inside the pagoda with him with the yellow tracksuit on.
Mm-hmm.
And when he defeats him, and then he turns around and snaps out of it, he's back Into the Dragon studio like he was in the film, and then he walks out.
That would have been
that would have been awesome.
Yeah,
because they would have connected Game of Death.
Game of Death. Yep.
And he ended up actually dying. And then his son did too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, that would have been perfect. What do you think about that?
Man, that would have been awesome. That would have been awesome, man.
Because that is the best Bruce biopic though so far.
It is, but they never connected that final dot.
Right.
They just ended it. You see him training, doing Enter the Dragon.
Right.
And he had to read what he did, but yeah, that would have been dope. That would have been real good. I'm kind of salty they didn't connect Game of Death. I am kind of salty. Look at that. Rapid Fire, Brandon Lee and Dolph Lundgren was 1992. Bro, I'm telling you, 92 was a hell of a year. No. That wasn't Rapid Fire with Dolph Lundgren. I'm thinking of Showdown in Little Tokyo with Dolph Lundgren.
Showdown in Little Tokyo was Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, that
and
was
Brandon said that famous line of dialogue that I don't know why they had him say that, man, and it makes me cringe even to this day. You know what he said, right?
What about
Dolph Lundgren?
Bro, yeah. He said something about his junk.
Yeah, what was that? What was that? I remember the first time I saw that movie and he said that, and I was like,
huh? Why? We could have skipped all of that. Why was you watching him get out the hot tub, bruh? The fuck? Okay. All right. Rapid Fire was a dope ass movie. And that was 1992.
In Chicago too.
It was filmed in Chicago?
Yeah, Rapid Fire. A number of the locations I know where they are, and even the bowling alley where what's his name? The police inspector, the boss, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. He passed away, but you know, the one who was always, you know, he was trying to help Brandon in the movie. The bowling alley where he played, that's on West Fullerton. It's like on the kind of north side. But yeah, it's still there. That bowling alley is still there. That place with Powers Booth. Thank you, Young Deezy, man. We're gonna have to bring Young Deezy.
Yeah, man, he know everything.
Our fact check guy, bro. I'm serious. I'm not even kidding by saying that. Because that young man, he know his stuff, man. He know. So, but yeah, I know you gotta get ready to do pep talk, man. So, final thoughts and words, bro.
Go see Universal Soldier if you get a minute. Universal Soldiers it's a great popcorn film. It's what I call it's a winter film. Watch it when you have nothing to do and you want to cheat on your diet. That's what you do. You watch it and you won't be disappointed. I promise you. It's a really dope ass film. And on that note, I'm about to head over to Pep Talk. Salute Stormy, another slam dunk. Man, yes, I look forward to Mondays, man. This is great. This is great, man. This is great, man. Can't wait to see what we doing next week.
Your judgment day has come.
That's my soundboard, y'all. It's acting up. Don't worry about it. I'm out, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, man. Have a good show.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so now we get a chance to hear from my man, the Focus Ball. Yeah.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Yeah, so we have come to the end of another Nerds on Culture, where this evening we talked about Universal Soldier and much more. And it was a very good show. I want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in this evening. Thank you for the support, and we will be back next week with another Nerds. I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC. And just keep on. And hey, you guys start coming up with some suggestions for us so we can cover. But we have a whole log of shows that we're going to be doing. So we keep talking about new ideas as we go along. But we don't mind taking on, requests and everything like that. So that's what we'll be doing in the future. So for my man, Drew Titan, LLC, and myself, Stormybman, we're signing off for this evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. We got those big fights coming up next weekend. And I'll say shout out to the mighty LDBC. Peace to everybody.